Astronomers have discovered the closest known black hole to Earth just 1,600 light-years away. Scientists reported Friday that this black hole is 10 times more massive than our Sun and is 3 times closer than the previous record holder. It was identified by observing the motion of its companion star, which orbits the black hole at about the same distance as Earth orbits the Sun. In this video, we're going to discuss scientists discover a dangerously close massive black hole. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Before starting the video, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. The black hole was initially identified using the European Space Agency's Gaia spacecraft, said Karim El-Badri of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. In fact, it's so close that the National Science Foundation's Noir Lab Astronomy Center says it's literally in our cosmic backyard. A black hole is a dense and dark body from which nothing escapes, not even light, due to the intense gravitational field, so its presence is inferred through the interaction with other bodies or matter. Astrophysicist Karim El-Badri in a Noir Lab statement explained, "Take the solar system, but put a black hole where the Sun is, and the Sun where the Earth is, and you get the system." While there have been many claimed detections of systems like this, almost all of these discoveries have subsequently been refuted. This is the first unambiguous detection of a Sun-like star in wide orbit around a stellar mass black hole in our galaxy. Researchers, while sifting through Gaia data, came across a star, very much like ours, that had a distinct wobble as if something was pulling on it, which eventually turned out to be a dormant black hole. Ultimately, the scientists' calculations support the notion that this binary system is in fact home to a hidden, slumbering star guzzler which orbits a sun quite similar in size to our own. And while this discovery might pose more questions than it answers in the short term, the researchers are hoping that this revelation leads to a number of similar findings. Dozens of black holes in the galaxy have been spotted feeding on nearby clouds of gas, a process that emits X-rays as the material swirls around the edges of the black hole. But the majority of black holes in our galaxy are invisible, so the only way to find them is by observing their gravitational effects on surrounding objects. Out of hundreds of thousands of stars that look like they were tugged by an unseen object, just one seemed like a good black hole candidate. Gaia BH1 is the nearest black hole to Earth ever discovered. The next closest is about 3,200 light-years away, but it's probably not the closest that exists, or even the closest we'll ever find. They're just isolated, so we can't see them. The next data release from Gaia is due out in 2025, and El-Badri expects it to bring more black hole bounty. "We think there are probably a lot that is closer," he says. "Just finding one suggests there are a bunch more to be found." Most black holes form from the remnants of a large star that dies in a supernova explosion. Smaller stars become dense neutron stars, which are not massive enough to trap light. If the total mass of the star is large enough, about 3 times the mass of the Sun, it can be proven theoretically that no force can keep the star from collapsing under the influence of gravity. However, as the star collapses, a strange thing occurs. As the surface of the star nears an imaginary surface called the event horizon, time on the star slows relative to the time kept by observers far away. When the surface reaches the event horizon, time stands still and the star can collapse no more. It's a frozen collapsing object. However, recent evidence from Chandra X MM Newton and Hubble strengthens the case that mid-sized black holes do exist. One possible mechanism for the formation of supermassive black holes involves a chain reaction of collision of stars in compact star clusters that results in the buildup of extremely massive stars which then collapse to form the immediate mass black holes. The star clusters then sink to the center of the galaxy, where the intermediate mass black holes merge to form a supermassive black hole. The team was lucky to stumble across such a system, says astronomer Benjamin Gazers of the University of Göttingen. "You have to observe a lot of stars to find one." He and his colleagues surveyed 25 globular clusters, hives of stars around the Milky Way that each contains hundreds of thousands of stars. In 2017, they found one black hole candidate, about 4.5 times the mass of the Sun, tugging on its companion star. In 2019, Thomson and his colleagues also had a lucky strike after trawling through data culled from the Slow and Digital Sky survey and using the All-Sky automated survey for the supernovae to whittle down the numbers. "We were looking for a star doing something that it shouldn't be doing," he says. They finally found a rapidly rotating giant star called 2MASS J05215658 plus 4359220, which forms its wobbles, indicated a black hole companion about 3.5 solar masses. Studying systems such as this and HR 6819 will help astronomers understand how binaries work and how black holes form, Thompson says. The new find is very close and bright, he says. It'll be well studied. He adds a note of caution because some black hole candidates haven't survived closer examination. I don't think anything is ironclad. You have to be skeptical, but the fact that non-accreting black holes are starting to show themselves in binary and triple systems suggests that there must be many more isolated ones out there, some even closer than HR 6819. Using several of the very large telescope's high-definition instruments, the researchers found that the two stars in HR 6819 actually orbit one another at only one-third of the distance between Earth and the Sun, meaning one of them was much larger and faster spinning than the other. The vampire star hypothesis won out. So while Earth's nearest known black hole may have just been pushed back a few thousand light-years, HR 6819 remains an intriguing study target for other reasons entirely. If the object is about 4 solar masses, it can't be a normal star since a star that big would be very easy to detect, says study co-author Dietrich Bod, an emeritus scientist at the ESO. It's all too massive to be a neutron star, which are the dense stellar cores left behind after some supernova explosions. In some cases, older stars stripped of outer hydrogen can mimic the appearance of younger, more massive stars. At the equator, the star's surface whips around at more than 300 miles a second, or more than 200 times faster than the Sun's equator. The International Gemini Observatory is operated by a partnership of 6 countries, including the United States through the National Science Foundation, Canada through the National Research Council of Canada, Chile through the Agencia Nacional de Investigación y Desarrollo, Brazil through the Ministerio de Ciencia, Tecnología e Innovación, Argentina through the Ministerio de Ciencia, Tecnología e Innovación, and Korea through the Korea Astronomy and Space Science Institute. These participants and the University of Hawaii, which has regular access to Gemini, each maintain a National Gemini office to support their local users. Our Gemini follow-up observations confirm beyond reasonable doubt that the binary contains a normal star and at least one dormant black hole, elaborated El-Badri. We could find no plausible astrophysical scenario that can explain the observed orbit of the system that doesn't involve at least one black hole. When we had the first indications that the system contained a black hole, we only had 1 week before the two objects were at the closest separation in their orbits. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. If we'd missed that narrow window, we would have had to wait another year. This was all for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, stay safe, and we'll be back soon with another video just for you guys.